On the website nishan.com, I have added the software developer version. I have removed all other engineering things because as much as I love engineering, I love computer engineering most of all. Anyways, moving on. So the first extension is website blocker. Okay, it's a simple extension that simply blocks website and displays another page instead of blocking the website. Okay, and as you can see, it's very basic. Okay, and the only reason I created it because there was this other extension. Oh yeah, this other extension that stole passwords and login session of my account. I still keep getting notifications about resetting passwords every few days. So yeah, so after this happened, I just don't trust any extension that is not open source. Simple as that. Okay, so I just removed all extensions from my system. It doesn't matter how good they are, if it's not open source, it's not staying. And with that in mind, I was like, let's build some few basic that I need on a daily basis, and this is what I really need on a daily basis. Actually mostly on my phone, not even on my PC. On PC is fine, but on my phone I really need this extension. Okay, LLM was used. Okay, I tried not getting into AI, and I'm not calling it AI, it's LLM. Okay, I'm not getting into why and why not. Earlier I was not using an AI at all, but recently, after seeing how much harm it has caused me as a developer and my channel, I started to use it again, at least for programming. Okay, I'm still not using it for just basic talking and replacing it with a human or something, but for programming I'm still using it, and that's what was used. However, I did not just tell it to just write it for me and I will not do anything. I went through every process step by step, went through the code step by step, made changes, kept adding stuff, and I think you can even see the commits here. Where are the commits? 12 commits. You can see I was no proper working. It's not a blind faith in the AI. Anyways, so I just wanted to get through some details. Moving forward, I will not be writing anything for Chrome extension because there is a 20 extension limit on Google Chrome, and I'm not sure which 20 of my future apps I want to put there. Okay, so I just started and I can't start putting apps there willy-nilly. Okay, so moving forward, I don't use Chrome, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, this is just Chromium, so without Google services. I'm just using it for things that don't run properly on Firefox, on LibDeWolf mainly, like a few websites including Claude AI. Anyways, so let's get into the code. So this is manifest.js. Okay, close. Sorry, JSON. Okay, and it's very basic, as you can see. It just gives the newer version. The name, I had to make it shorter, like 45 characters. I think it's exactly 45 characters because that's what Firefox wants. And this is the ID I gave. I thought it would be email, but no, it's just a normal ID. Data collection, I don't care about your data. I don't think you are that important person. A description, this extension, basic extension that it blocks permissions. I needed tabs to know which tab was going on, web navigation and storage to pull the data. Web navigation, I think both did the same thing. It's been a few days since I made this. All URLs in the background, this will run background.js file, and the options page is this options.html. Okay, so let's get with background.js. The initial declaration. Oh yeah, I have added a lot of comments wherever I could. So list of blog site is here. By default, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube are there, and load. I don't think it's Twitter anymore. I think it's x.com, isn't it? And while we are here, let's also add anything else. These are just the default files, default sites. You can of course change it later. Load from storage. When extension starts, all this code does is it loads from storage. The else block is that if you have made any changes, then it will load that instead of loading the default sites. Okay, live updates. Okay, clear. If you make any changes, the list of sites are updated. Okay, now it listens for any tab update event. Okay, only main feature. Oh yeah, this was causing some issues. If the page had iframe of like a YouTube video in the short corner, the whole page would get blocked. So this is the reason I added this line. And extract the URL of the current tab and check if the URL matches the blocked site. Okay, that's all it does. If it matches, and okay, here is the thing. The site is this and it ends with site. Okay, so studio.youtube.com, any subdomains, they will also be blocked. I should probably write it here. Subdomains are also blocked. Okay, if it is blocked, display blocked.html page instead of that page. Okay, before going to blocked HTML, let me just show you. Very simple. I just put black color on the background and on the HTML, and just made a few things white, and it just populates the sites from options.js. Of course, we need to look at this too. It just populates the sites based on this. Okay, if the browser is undefined, just use Chrome. I added this line for while I was publishing on Firefox, Mozilla. Then I had to add this. I do not 100% know why. If I will mention it here. Oh, why is this line needed? Okay. Now all this does is it goes into the code, it takes out the results, it creates a button, and where is it? I made some change. Site list inner clear storage creator list from li set text. Okay, yeah. So this is what I removed. Instead of putting a separate button website to website, I just put the website inside the button. Okay, and yeah, here it is. Button label is the site itself. Okay, and what we're doing every time load time retrieves UI from scratch. UI is always derived from storage. Okay, so no online stuff at all. When add is added, if new sites, if input is empty, do nothing. So you can't just click on adding new site. Current site, always read site, prevent duplicate entries. So this is all just managing the website. This is like basic stuff. Yep, basic stuff. I don't need to get into that. Function to remove a specific site. These are basic stuff. I was on backend. I loved backend a lot, so these things don't really bother me like at all. Now, the two pages. First is the options page. Oh yeah, we already talked about this, and the last is the blocked page. Okay, so that's the blog page. I wrote a few things that I thought made sense to me. If I saw that, I will probably stop visiting that site. Okay, and that's a simple black and white diagram. Now, if you go into the releases, you will see there is the Chrome extension. You can load it temporarily. It will stay there. It does not go away after reloading. You just have to enable developer mode. I have written all this down here. Okay, for Firefox you do not need to do any of that because it is published on the store as of making this video. Why is there two readme here? I had some issues with Git, that's why there was two readme. Yeah, for Firefox, where is Firefox? Yeah. Just download. How do we write URL in MD? I think it's this. I thought it was this. What happened? Oh, first a square, then it's this. My bad. Okay, I learned this, by the way, in Twitch streaming. So when I used to stream on Twitch, everything was in Markdown. So Firefox. Here is the extension. Download simple website blocker extension from, what do we call the site? Mozilla or Firefox? Firefox browser add-ons. Firefox browser add-ons. Okay. To download that button, simple website blocker. Okay, let's do it now. How much size? What was the size? No, I want to know the size. Let's not report our own extension. Yeah, I think it was 35 KB or something. Let's quickly verify that. Oh yeah, I'm doing this just because oh no, I added images. Okay, let's ignore the icon file, and I have made some changes here. If in case you are curious, I used 7-zip and I used ultra. You can see I used zip, ultra, and these settings are here. Okay, so if anyone wants to recreate it, this is what they have to do. This is like 5.11 KB, I think. Okay, I uploaded the images separately on that site, so I don't think I have added extension. Have I added icons? Okay, I will update and put this code later. Oh, finally, Showcase. And did I add this extension? Can I not pin it? Why can't I pin it? Anyways, if I click here, click on this, manage extension, and where is options? Here is options. You can see. Okay, so Reddit is not blocked. Let's go Reddit. It's opening, and if I put reddit.com, click on add, and now if I go to Reddit, you block this site for a reason. Okay, and if I remove it, now I go to Reddit, it works, and it's horrible site, so let's keep it blocked. Yeah, just to confirm, yeah, it's not working. I mean, it's working. Yeah, good. Earlier, oh yeah, there was one issue where this extension only used to work after the whole page loaded. Yeah, that's why I needed that permission. You remember when I said where's the permission? Now I remember. I was playing a lot of Death Stranding, so that's all in my head right now. Yeah, I think web navigation, that is why I needed it. Okay, yeah, it could work with tabs, but then it needed to let the page load, and if like these social media horrible sites have already loaded, the harm is done. You have already seen something that you wish to know more about, so it had to be before, and for that reason I think Either it was web navigation or it was tabs. Okay, when a poll is fully written, tabs here are some tabs. Listen for any time update event in the browser. Here this is the reason why. Okay, that's why it was needed. I tried using it the least permission I could, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's make update these changes. Why not? What did I remove in the Chrome folder? Okay. Firefox extension published on the store, whatever store it is. Yeah, I don't like doing these things with command line. I am fine with using command line for a lot of things, but if it's get, I want to use the mouse, and because it can ruin a lot of things. Releases. Let's add a new release. Icons. Yeah, did I add the icons or did I not add the icons? I'm abandoning the Chrome extensions completely. Manifest. I have not added icons. Okay. Oh yeah, before I go, I made this icon file in Paint program. You can see I just used my mouse and made this, opened GIMP and removed the transparency and just uploaded it. Okay, here's two more extension. Next I am thinking of is actually making an Android app. I have a developer account. I keep getting spam mails, like 5 or 10 spam mails every day on every email account. Please sell this account for $1,000, $500, or even just publish our app. I will give you so much money. Of course, it's a scam. But anyways, saying that, it makes me realize, what, I do have something there. Okay, so and yeah, the reason for building Android app is simply because back when Android was a new thing and I had my new phone, it was very common that you would find a free and open source, not even if it's not open source, a free app with no ads, no in-app purchases for literally the basic things, like just viewing the system information or the sensor data. For those things, the app did not have to be so much bloated or filled with full page ads. Now it's like a norm. So yeah, I do need some apps that I used on a regular basis, so why not? Let's make a few and let's publish it on the Play Store. So that's what I will be doing next. I will also make an extension. Depending on the complexity, I use the website changes extension. So if anything changes on a website, you get a simple notification on the page. I want it to be completely offline and in the browser. Okay, there are a lot of them, but all of them are closed source, or they charge a lot of money for what I consider to be trivial for a laptop. That's the second extension. Third extension that I'm not really interested in, but maybe. So it's basically the extensions that block certain elements of a web page. The problem with that is I have to keep updating it all the time, and I really don't want to do that, because that's not the solution. Okay, you can't just open YouTube and disable a bunch of feature and just no, It's like, asking a heroin addict to just take a little bit of heroin. No, it's not going to happen. If social media is causing issues, you have to completely get off it. Okay, it won't happen that you block this. So on the basic principles, I'm disagreeing with that. So I will probably not make that extension, but maybe something else. And whatever I make, I'm just making it for myself, but I'm putting it out there for other people to see if they do want to. Okay, because there is a lack of open source basic extensions. Even I saw a lot of open source extension. They say are open source. When you install it, you realize yes, they are open source, but they require a lot of payment for it to work. Okay, and a few kilobytes on the cloud. Okay, so the justification is that because we are storing your data on the cloud. Why? You don't need to. The computer that the person is using has gigabytes of free memory. Why? Anyways, I understand why they do it. They want money and all. That's fine. But should it be called open source at that point? I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I'm trying to do. For Android apps, I will start with very basic ones, but I have contacted a few developers who have their open projects, their open source project for desktop side. Okay, so there is a great extension called CBZ converter. Yeah, Omar 908. So I was talking with him about this. Here it is. This is the extension. Okay, it's a very basic Android app that converts CBZ file to PDF. On PC, I already made an app on PC. It was very simple. Where is my app? Okay, it was not simple to make, but the app works basically. My repositories, yeah, the app works properly. Yeah, so it is PDF to JPG. Yeah, so this is the basic thing behind the CBZ file are just zipped pages with numbers. Okay, so you just use this PDF to JPG. Have I not made this? I think I have not made this. Okay, so point is I might make something like this. I already asked him. So this is for the Android app. Okay, and a Windows version does not exist. So in this case, I might make a Windows or a Linux version. On the other hand, if it's like a great open source app for the Android app, I might convert it to Windows. I repeated myself. So vice versa, if it's a great open source and app for Windows or PC, I might convert it to an Android app. I have sent messages to a few developers. I hope they reply, but if it's in the public domain, I might have to look into this, the licensing and stuff. But yeah, that comes a few days, weeks, months later. For right now, I need to understand how development and Android development and everything works. So yeah, that's all. Where's my name? Here's my name, Nishant. See you.